It's been 18 months since I originally covered Bondex network in a review that you can check out by clicking on the card up here, and today it's time to take another look at the project and what its latest app relaunch means for all Bondex network users. But before we get to that, as always, let's get the usual disclaimer out of the way first. Everything I share in this video is my personal opinion and in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions and make your own decisions. My name is Rauchenwald, and over the years I've covered several so-called one-click-a-day projects like Bondex Network that usually claim to grant you some potential future cryptocurrency in exchange for pressing a button once or multiple times per day. Among the apps I've shared with you on my channel in the past, we've had some successes like Pi Network and Alpha Network that both already reached a point where users are able to use some or all of their earnings and either use them to pay for goods or services, or are able to sell them in some way and gain a monetary benefit in exchange for pressing the button in the Pi and Alpha Network app every day. But we've also had some failures along the way, like for example Sperox Play, which despite looking quite promising eventually just got shut down, or Phonium, which kept rug pulling its users by repeatedly introducing new tokens. The big question in this video is therefore, will Bondex Network join the list of successful projects that paid off for its users, or join the list of projects that turned out to be a pure waste of time, even when the time required isn't more than a few seconds every day? However, before we get to answer that, here's a quick reminder to like, subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss out on future updates and projects. And besides that, make sure to share this video with your fellow Bondex users to help spread the word about the current updates. That said, you probably noticed that Bondex just recently launched a completely new version of its app, and maybe just like me you got confused for a moment because the login with LinkedIn option disappeared completely. And after logging in with your existing account, you were suddenly asked to again enter your name and other profile information. And maybe you didn't log in into the new app so far at all because of that. Well, if that's the case, I have at least some good news in this video for you. While the login with LinkedIn option got removed, you can just use, for example, Google to log in, assuming that the Google account used the same email address as your LinkedIn account, and it will load your existing account. You also don't have to worry if you're asked to enter your name and other information again when you log in for the first time, because once you complete the onboarding steps, you'll see that it actually loads your existing information. That is, as said, if your email address matches the one you used previously. Besides that, there is a bit more good news, and that is that the new app now also contains a jobs section that aims to connect freelancers and potential employees with employers around the globe. That new section allows you to browse for jobs and apply for positions. All of that, the new UI, the new job sections and so on, is all great news, but unfortunately the one thing that really matters to most of you, the Bondex BNDX token that you got credited for pressing the button once per day in the Bondex app, isn't part of those good news. As you'll notice on the main screen, the in quotes mining section in the app now doesn't reference BNDX at all anymore, but simply labels your balance as so-called bond points that have, as far as I can tell, nothing to do with BNDX as a cryptocurrency. Instead, based on the information in the app, it looks like those new bond points are simply an in-app currency that you can use, among other things, to, for example, push your job application to the top of the list, but it doesn't look like the team plans to offer a way to exchange bond points for BNDX. Unfortunately, there is no official information that I could find regarding any change like that, and while the app, as mentioned, refers to bond points only in connection with features used in the app, the newly relaunched and partially incomplete website still mentions that users earn BNDX tokens for adding value. And sadly, Bondex support isn't helpful either to answer the question we all are asking ourselves if the BNDX tokens we thought we were receiving based on our usage of the app are still going to be BNDX tokens, or if we suddenly are just looking at an in-app currency with limited use case and no financial value. In other words, it looks like despite its promising use case, Bondex might be going to join the list of disappointing one-click-a-day apps that along the way suddenly decided to not deliver on what their original app made users believe they will get. Additionally, it looks like the team decided to go ahead with an unfinished update of the app that offers a confusing login experience to existing users and an incomplete website relaunch that, for example, is riddled with dead links. But unfortunately, because of the inconsistent messaging between the app and the new website, it is hard to know for sure, and we can just wait and see until the Bondex team clarifies why exactly the display in the app suddenly isn't referring to BNDX tokens anymore, but to bond points instead. Personally, based on the lack of official statements, I'm going to keep using Bondex for now, just in case the team makes the right decision and allows users to redeem bond points in the future for BNDX, and will obviously provide you with an update either here on YouTube or at least in our Discord community once I know more. Until then, I hope you were able to take something away from this video, and as always, if you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments down below, or even better, use the link in the video description down below to join our Discord community and discuss Bondex and other projects with me and the community there. Thanks for watching, see you in one of my other videos, till then, bye bye!